Hello students, this is Dr. A.S. Sayyed, working as Professor in Department of Civil Engineering, Kopargaon. I welcome you all for the course on matrix method of structural analysis. Today we will start unit number 2, that is flexibility matrix method for the analysis of indeterminate beams and frames. Okay. So flexibility matrix method. Flexibility matrix method is one of the matrix approach of analyzing the structures, indeterminate structures. Especially in matrix method of structural analysis, there are two methods, flexibility and stiffness method. Flexibility matrix method deals with the static indeterminacy of the structure, whereas stiffness matrix method deals with the kinematic indeterminacy of the structure. So we'll start first the flexibility matrix method. So first we should understand what is flexibility means. Flexibility is nothing but the displacement caused because of unit force applied at a point. If you want to calculate the flexibility of any material, flexibility is actually stiffness and flexibility are material properties. So if you want to calculate flexibility of a particular material, flexibility is nothing but displacement caused because of unit force. Or you can write down mathematically, flexibility is equal to displacement per unit force. Displacement per unit force is called as flexibility. It means the material which undergoes large displacement because of unit force, it is called as more flexible material. And if a material undergoes small displacement because of unit force, you can call it as a less flexible. Okay. So this is flexibility. Now how to calculate the flexibility of a particular material? We will take a simple example of one rectangular bar. If you consider a rectangular bar of length L, cross-sectional area A, modulus of elasticity of a material E, cross section is A, having dimensions B and D. Now if this bar is subjected to axial force, if you apply axial force at the end of the bar, if left end is fixed and if you apply the axial force, the bar will elongate. How to calculate this elongation? Delta L is equal to force length upon A. Okay, we know that it is well known formula in strength of material we studied. Delta L is equal to force, that is FL upon A. Now question comes, what is our flexibility means? Flexibility is displacement caused because of unit force. If you convert this into a question form, what is value of delta L? What is value of force F? What is the value of, what is value of delta L? What is value of delta L? When equal to 1. What is the value of delta L? That is displacement when F is equal to 1 means unit force is applied. So if you calculate delta L is equal to, if F is equal to 1, it will be L upon AE. So this is called as L upon AE is the flexibility of rectangular bar subjected to axial force F. So like this we can calculate the flexibility. Flexibility means it is a displacement because of unit force applied on the bar or any structure. Okay. So this is flexibility. Now since we have discussed that flexibility deals with the static indeterminacy of the structure, we must know before starting the actual numerical examples, we must know what are the static unknowns or what are the reactions. Static unknowns means unknown reactions, number of reactions for different types of support conditions. So we will discuss that part also. So if you consider different support conditions, there are 4-5 types of supports commonly used in the beam and frame structures. First is fixed support. Then hinge support, roller support, spring support, and last one is guided support. This is also called as slider. This is fixed, hinge, roller, spring and slider. So number of reactions now. We know that fixed support is having 3 reactions. Horizontal reaction, vertical reaction and moment. So degree of or static unknowns. Static unknowns for fixed support are 3. Similarly, if it is hinge support is a simple support. It means moment is equal to 0. Hinge support is having only 2 reactions, horizontal and vertical reaction. Static unknowns are 2. If it is a roller support, it is having only 1 reaction and that is vertical. Of course, this reaction is dependent on how the roller support is provided. If roller support is provided in vertical plane like this, reaction will be vertical. If roller support is provided like this, the reaction will be horizontal. But the number of static unknowns will be 1. If it is a spring support is also behave like a simple support. There is only 1 reaction and that is vertically upward. Guided support means, or it is also called as slider. Guided support allow the point to move vertically up and down. Normally guided supports are provided like this. If you consider this example, one single beam, left end is fixed and right end is guided support means this point is allowed to move vertically up and down. This point can move vertically up and down, right? If point is allowed to move vertically up and down means reaction is equal to 0. There is no reaction. If there is a displacement, there will be no force. If there is a force, there is no displacement. That is the relation between static and kinematic unknowns. Okay. So forget it. Now if it is a slider or guided support, okay, it means there is only 1 unknown but that unknown is moment. There is only 1 static unknown, but please note it is not reaction, It is a moment. So remember the static unknowns for the different support conditions. These supports we are going to use in the beam and frame structures in the next sessions. If it is fixed support, 3 reactions, hinge support, 2 reactions, roller support, 1 reaction, spring support, 1 reaction, and guided support or slider, 1 reaction, but it is a moment, don't forget. Okay, so this is number of static unknowns or reactions in the various supports. So in the next session we will start the actual fundamental part of flexibility matrix method, how to use the compatibility conditions, how to use the actual flexibility matrix method. We will start in the next class. Okay, thank you.